Not Alex here today. Not Alex here today. I'm a little slightly bored. I'm hearing a little. So let me. Bored. I'm hearing a little. So let stream. Stop that. Apologize for that. But anyway. Figured saw Alex streaming. I see his stream. I saw this video afterwards. Roleplay as Chapter Bosman. So I figured I'd do something different. This game I picked up a while ago, Vampyr. Play a vampire during World War I Britain. There was a guy over here. So heartlessly drained the blood out of him. It said it would cause massive repercussions, but I don't know. Because he saved body location. It's a too big of an issue. Say, if you drain civilians, you tend to affect the overall game score. But civilians give you a lot of XP. That's why you. So it turns out you start out, your character is a renowned surgeon turned, right?
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I apologize, nurse. I needed some time to myself. This has been the longest and strangest night of my life.
You delivered poor Mr. Hampton from a terrible fate. The means to that end should be of little concern, Doctor.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
I hate to say, she actually looks like my aunt. Just had her 50th.
I would like to ask a few... And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in.
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep.
What kind of...
Well, you accepted the job.
Apologies, I've only just...
Dr. Swansea is a...
It's right.
You'll get to know him.
Sometimes if you can unlock hidden info about the people talking.
If you could point me in the direction of my room again,
Extra
nurse.
experience, so it's always good to explore these options.
If you could...
Second floor.
Thank you, nurse.
Vampire senses.
Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't...
All members of staff have already read about your new...
I see. Well, I'm a little...
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr.
How are things?
Not good, to say the least.
Yeah, they're talking about
An invisible enemy.
Sorry, Doctor. These last...
Do you think this hospital can survive the epidemic?
We are all volunteer.
And the guy that hired you, know you're a vampire.
I'm not familiar with all the staff yet.
Brilliant professionals. Most of them.
Most of them. Is there a...
It would be inappropriate for me to speak ill of a colleague.
Doesn't sound like he's hoarding vampires.
Nurse Brannigan, if you...
No. I may disagree.
Is there anyone...
Well, I have never met someone as...
Why should his...
I guess it's fair...
It's the other guy I just saw. Okay. Fired.
Goodbye, nurse.
I'll deal with her later. Influenza, yeah, Spanish plague is going around. Spanish flu.
Perhaps I should have considered the offer from that Cadogan fellow.
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting.
He was also very confident about your...
What is the Pembroke Hospital?
This hospital is not exactly the best of...
So sometimes you can look at their details, see if you have any clues. So he refuses. So you, I think you could probably identify what's common or not.
It's more than enough. In any case, the person...
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed.
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran. Maybe...
No. We must keep on healing all those poor souls. We are the last rampart before chaos. Once more, unto the breach.
Nurse Brannigan is worried about you, Doctor.
She should not have told you that. I will have a word with her.
You don't have to blame her for her honesty.
I'm not that kind of man, my dear Jonathan. Actually, Nurse Brannigan's opinion is the only one I may listen to.
What can you tell me about the...
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled...
Tell me more.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most...
You really seem to admire her skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Any opinion about the matter?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this...
Ah, yes, the burden of command.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
Not a bad thing, but you know what? Got a hint. Still have a hint.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Got 5 hints. I already have max experience.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed.
That's quite a blunt.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my...
I'm not sure I understand.
Well, I'm no doctor.
You have a keen eye.
No need to explain, Doctor.
Oh, he trades. Maybe why he wasn't
I'd like to
buying
see your
bodies.
goods.
What?
So there is... Ooh, a shotgun? Buy. Let's see here. Only 3 hints. Let's go talk. Probably picked a bad spot to start streaming, but oh well. Nothing new. So that's wrong. About that later.
I thought last summer's epidemic was different.
Oh, fuck. Smoking in a hospital. That sounds
Good evening,
that
Milton.
looks really
Good
dumb.
evening, Doctor. Still trying to save...
How is this?
You want to hear the situation?
Are you real?
And why not?
But you're not.
You keep...
So what do you...
I've been at...
Since you...
It's a...
It sounds like...
Yesterday.
You left.
Go there, you...
Side quest. Still new to this game, so there's a bunch of shit going on. Alright.
Goodbye, Mill. Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research. Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be...
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland.
I can't wait to do
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer.
What made you...
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your...
It's always a pleasure to share...
This epidemic may be the century's most...
I based my technique on my mentor's research.
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just...
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am...
What can you tell...
Well, it has always been a...
You seem...
I'm convinced that...
Questions remain.
True.
Do you need help?
Well, yes,
Do
maybe...
you want me to play the...
Oh, no, Doc.
I see.
Oh, I got a side quest.
Please, could you tell...
I'm a great...
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion tech...
What is it you really want?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save...
Tell me...
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick loved...
But why would he hide such crude...
Because he is a proud father. Ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
This personal involvement could also appear to be...
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior. A man who did not even take time to converse with...
Do you think keeping his distance...
All I know is that I'm taking care of human...
Goodbye.
What can I do for you, Doctor?
North Ukraine.
And Mr. Ham...
I gave him a...
What kind...
Well, you
If you could...
Second...
Thank you.
Helpful.
As for me, what a blundering idiot.
Good evening, sir.
I don't know if...
I see.
I'm Harvey.
Tell me about yourself.
I'm just a regular guy.
I was more...
I'm a cu...
Are you
Well,
I won't...
are you sure?
In other... Tell me...
Strickland.
What do you...
I off...
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I'm...
How could your job be responsible for...
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
You can't hold yourself responsible for your...
Of course I didn't hurt myself. but I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army, building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
I'm sorry for your loss.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer.
How are your
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
Goodbye for now.
I will not let you down, my boy.
One more and I get the full sauna. Then we'll drain the fucking dry. But that's enough of this. Let's go upstairs and find yeah, that's it.
Take the fix me
Somewhere,
properly,
so
a
we
month.
gotta go find this upstairs. It's outside.
When you're feeling better.
It's fine.
My sweet girl.
Don't waste your
Treats
time
me
with
like
me.
a book. Never could keep anything from her.
I cannot enter. This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
Alright, craft. Zero. So. I think that is 20 times.
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching.
It's an upgrade. I think. I might have just lost it. Kind of silly. Oh. Unfortunately, there's no save spot. This is all just a in our open world simulator. The one save file is come.
The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue till the flower's dying. It needs water.
Right now. Dragon page. Oh, is that a new? Oh, it's upgrade. What the hell did I just do? What just happened? I cleaned up real fucking nice. Jonathan, I asked Nurse Kane to office. Felt that I just locker.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Okay. Up. Don't want to open it. Oh, level 6 required. have to go here. Yeah, I think. Oh, that's because I already took him. Okay. Yeah, I still plan to bring everyone in the region just to see what happens. Before it comes later.
If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. But what about my thirst for blood?
I'm gonna quench at every opportunity. Yeah.
Hurry now, Doctor. It's freezing here. Come on, I don't have all night.
Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box.
What type of hospital?
You have been away too long, Doctor.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war,
However, do you...
if combined correctly, certain household
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the
Perhaps I should look there first.
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of an...
Alright. Find the sloppy controls. Mouse key.
It's locked. It's locked.
Hacksaw. This one. This one. Fire. I'll probably show you guys some comments and conk out for the
Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
this game's a little bit older. But it has some potential. Go ahead and check out Vampyr. Otherwise, you guys have ready